All right, shalom, everybody. I hope you can hear me. Am I heard? Guys, do you remember the video I made just a few days ago when they went 2 days ago when they said they are going to negotiate with those taqiyya people? And I told you they are just buying time. There's no way they will they are just playing taqiyya. This is exactly what happened. This is JD Vance. He made the conference. He's there for the last 48 hours. He even was negotiating with them until middle of the night, even after middle of the night. This is what he got after all of this.
Well, good morning, everybody. And we say a couple of notes of appreciation. First of all, the Prime Minister of Pakistan and to Field Marshal Munir, who were both incredible hosts. And whatever shortcomings in the negotiation, it wasn't because of the Pakistanis who did an amazing job and really tried to help us and the Iranians bridge the gap and get to a deal. We have been at it now for 21 hours, and we've had a number of substantive discussions with the Iranians. That's the good news. The bad news is that we have not reached an agreement. And I think that's bad news for Iran much more than it's bad news for the United States of America. So we go back to the United States having not come to an agreement. We've made very clear what our red lines are, what things we're willing to accommodate them on, and what things we're not willing to accommodate them on. And we've made that as clear as we possibly could. And they have chosen not to accept our terms. Questions?
Yeah. What have they rejected here? Can you help us understand it a little bit?
Well, I won't go into all the details because I don't want to negotiate in public after we negotiated for 21 hours in private. But the simple fact is that we need to see an affirmative commitment that they will not seek a nuclear weapon and they will not seek the tools that would enable them to quickly achieve a nuclear weapon. And that is the core goal of the President of the United States, and that's what we've tried to achieve through these negotiations. Again, their nuclear program, such as it is, the enrichment facilities that they had before, they've been destroyed. But the simple question is, do we see a fundamental commitment of will for the Iranians not to develop a nuclear weapon, not just now, not just 2 years from now, but for the long term? We haven't seen that yet. We hope that we will. Jen. We talked about all those issues, Jen, and we talked about a number of issues beyond that. And so certainly those things came up. But again, we just could not get to a situation where the Iranians were willing to accept our terms. I think that we were quite flexible. We were quite accommodating. The president told us, you need to come here in good faith and make your best effort to get a deal. We did that. And unfortunately, we weren't able to make any headway. Preston.
Mr. Vice President, how often did you meet with President Trump throughout the negotiations? There are reports that there were multiple rounds where there were breaks in between negotiations. How often did you communicate with the president throughout those rounds, and what was he saying as you were going through these negotiations, as you said, fell short?
Yeah, obviously we were talking to the president consistently. I don't know how many times we talked to him, a half dozen times, a dozen times over the past 21 hours. We obviously also talked to Admiral Cooper, to Pete, to Marco, to the entire national security team. We talked to Scott Besson a number of times. So look, we were constantly in communication with the team because we were negotiating in good faith. And we leave here with a very simple proposal, a method of understanding that is our final and best offer. We'll see if the Iranians accept it. Thank you.
Look how cold and how no news in the news. So what he said to us, they did not agree. But he cannot say anything except what the boss will say. So I have to fly to USA, and then the boss will say what we will do next. But we know, and I said many times before, those wicked people, they are just killing time. And I believe within those days, Trump is wasting time. He's giving them a chance actually to rearm themselves And I believe strongly they are smuggling weapons from North Korea, anti-aircraft, etc., anti-ships. All is coming from China and from North Korea. And for sure, they will be delivered through Russia in the, through the sea from Azerbaijan side. So they are playing the American. I mean, how dummy the American to be? They are negotiating from the time of Clinton, from the time of Obama, from the time of Trump, first term, and then this idiot Joe Biden. What, like, don't you have enough? Didn't you get it? They are just buying time until they have the nuke. And why in the world now we want to stop? And look how embarrassing now is going to be to Trump. It might look like, okay, you see, I tried to have peace with them. But it's embarrassing that it is the Iranian playing him. Even though he can use that as a, like I'm trying to be a peacemaker, I don't want war. But that will be in the coast. So why they came, if they are not willing to give their uranium, if the American, they said to them from the beginning, this is what we want, this is the most important. If they don't want to give it, they are not even willing to make a promise we will not do it. Which means there's no point of, like when you hear they brought 5 airplanes full of Abduls and expert, and now they are negotiating, the negotiation is almost like in the second stage. You think they agree about something, just like, so what they were wasting 21 hours. It's one question: do you agree to not to do nukes and to give us uranium or not? He should not be gone from the beginning into meeting with them. Say yes. Say yes. Sign the agreement, and then we meet to sign it with you. But all of this talk and now, like, he's giving us like an answer, like still we are waiting for an answer. He just said they are refusing. So now what you would do? If you say that we are done, we destroyed the facility, well, shame on you. Because this is not was the purpose of the war. The purpose is to get the uranium. And now, are you opening Hormuz? Like today we heard that the American destroyers, they went inside Hormuz and they were like going around. Nobody dared to shoot at them. Is that going to be the case? Like, that's it? It's open now? So there is no information. He made a little speech. Given the answer is they did not agree. We hope they will agree. What do you mean? Did you just say they didn't agree? What do you mean we hope? So the only good news about this, Israel was going to be happy. Because Israel, they don't want this ceasefire. And now if Trump, he will not continue, Israel will do the job. And now it's going to be a lot easier actually to Israel because, the American army did a great job destroying a lot of things they have. So even if Israel will go alone, it's going to be way easier for Israel. So it was a waste of time. We mentioned many times, those people are liars. They practice taqiyya. In fact, I'm glad they did not say yes. Because they do taqiyya, they will say yes now just to get rid of the situation. But thank God they are stupid. You see, if they are smart, and they knew that things is not going for their benefit, if they say yes, if they lift the sanctions, if they give them the money, if they let them sell, 5 years after they will have Democrat, and then they will say, okay, we will make weapon. They are stupid. I'm so glad they refuse. I hope they will stay saying we refuse. They are more dangerous if they agree. Trust me. Because we know they will not. They will say it, but they will not mean it. And they will make nukes. But I think what happened, they were hoping that we will say yes But we will not give you the enriched uranium right away. We will say we negotiate, we keep talking about it, how we can do it, So they want to spend years. They want to keep the uranium. They will say to them, okay, we have to dig it first. So let us dig it so we can get it. And then we can talk about giving it to you. So they were wasting time. America will stop attacking them. Time will go. Trump election is coming. So it's going to be hard for him to do it later during the election time or even after the election. It's just a dirty game from a dirty Shia mullahs. Never believe what those garbage, Shia mullahs says. They are terrorists. And now Israel will go and start making hummus again in Lebanon. Good for them. All right? Anyway, it can be useful time. I believe the Americans, they needed some break too, to rearm, to reload, to change, even maybe soldiers, fighting for 38 days non-stop, especially they are inside, ships. It's not easy. It will be stressful in the soldiers. You are inside, still it's a ship. It's not like in the land. So I think they did use those last 2 days or 3 days, we can say, to replace soldiers. The ones who was there, they are tired, to do maintenance for their airplanes, flying for hundreds of hours. Every airplane needs a serious maintenance after certain hours of flying. Otherwise, they can face a very bad failure. So it can be useful, but in the same time, we know that they will never agree to give their weapon. They are wicked, and their dream is to have nuke. And I don't blame them, by the way. The only way for them to protect themselves from other countries, they are terrorists, yes. But they notice that North Korea, because they have nukes, Trump, he shake hands with them. He did not want to go to war with them because they have nukes. So they are hoping that we can terrorize the whole world. And then because we have nukes, we are now protected terrorist base. Nobody dare to bully or to speak to us or to tell us to stop or to police us. We will become superior. But that will not be true, because I believe if Iran have nukes, Israel will nuke them. I will not be surprised. Actually, it's not for the benefit of Iranian. It's going to be a disaster. Israel will never let them have nukes. If the Israeli, they knew by tomorrow morning, the Iranian, they will have nukes, they will nuke them first. Because they knew those nukes is made for whom. If the American, the European, they don't care, the Israeli will not let it happen. All right? So I hope that Trump now, he go back to his sense of a humor, As he threatened them before, he kept his promise and his threat, and he finished the job. What about we continue for other 40 days? If in 40 days we destroyed, some they say we destroyed only 50% of what they have. Okay, let us go to other 38 days. 38 days we destroy 50%. We go another 38 days. Destroy the left. Let the regime collapse. Then Iran will be free from those garbage. And Iranian, they will be normal people. They don't want to support terrorism. And they will live a free life. And everybody will be happy. And Israel and Iran, they can be friends. The Iranian, most of the Iranians, they don't hate Israel. But this is a wicked regime. The Shia mullahs, the religious groups, is the one who adopt this hateful agenda. All right? Who care about what Pakistan is saying? That's it. He said it's failed. They did not agree. He said we spent 21 hours negotiating. And here you ask yourself, if they don't agree about the most important thing, so why you continue negotiation? This should take 1 minute. Do you agree to give us the enriched uranium and agree will not make a nuclear weapon? If they say no, there's no negotiation. Why you are there? Shouldn't you even say, ask the Pakistani, okay, did they agree with this? If they agree, we will come, so we can, speak of the details how to do it. If they don't agree, why he fly? And the funny is, why the Iranians send those all airplanes if they are not going to agree anyway? It's just an act. It's a joke. It is a joke. Well, let us see what now Trump will say. And how he can fix this mess. All right? There's something not right in this garbage. Let us see if there is any update. I'm sure Netanyahu is happy now. Let's see. Did he say he's leaving back? I think he said he's leaving, right?
See, we were talking to the president consistently. I don't know how many times we've talked to him, a half dozen times, a dozen times over the past 21 hours. We obviously also talked to Admiral Cooper, to Pete, to Marco, to the entire national security team. We talked to Scott Besson a number of times. So look, we were constantly in communication with the team because we were negotiating in good faith. And we leave here with a very simple proposal, a method of understanding that is our final and best offer. We'll see if the Iranians accept it. Thank you.
So he's still hoping they will accept it? Okay, good luck. Somebody's saying you still defend Trump. Are you stupid, my friend? Why I will not defend Trump? Defend Trump is defending America. I'm an American citizen. And I love this country. This is my army. And I was in the army too. So your question is an idiot question. Why I will not defend him? Even if he stopped the war now, he did what nobody did. And the regime, it might collapse just even if we leave it like this. There's no... you see, I wish he would do something before, if he want to stop, destroy all their electricity and all their electric grid and refineries. Because the regime cannot afford anything. They cannot pay salary, they will collapse. You do not need to do ground invasion. In fact, he should do this action as a first day, not now. Why you wait until now? Any regime have no energy will collapse. You see, Putin, he tried that with Ukraine. But in Ukraine, the story is different. The Ukrainians, they have their own energy and they are smart, high-tech people. They can fix things easy. And on the top of that, they have suppliers. European Union are supporting them. Even when they lose electricity in one place, they are connected to other countries with power lines. So it did not work with the Ukraine. But with Iran, there's no neighbors will give them, nobody would dare to give them electricity. Who dare? Because yeah, you can connect to a neighbor country. Like who dare? Pakistan, they were not there. India, they were not there. China, they have no border with them. So there's one solution. There's one language they understand. And you better do it. You know, you better speak the language they understand. They don't understand different language. And he just said, we hope they will still they will accept. That means still they are going to waste time. And he gave them final honor. He told them to think about it. I don't know what you are hoping for. The only thing he can force them to do what you want is go back to the power. Yeah. In fact, why did they decide to negotiate with you now? Because you told them, I'm going to destroy all your power supplier. You know? Otherwise, before they don't want to negotiate. You see, since the Iranian regime established, they never met in one room with the Americans. So what make them meet with you today, especially after all what you did to them? I mean, you are bombing them for 38 days, and God knows how many 10,000 soldiers died. So imagine how much humility that bring to them to make them fly to meet the one who is destroying their forces. Sit with them in one room. It's obviously that they are devastated. However, I believe that there's one of two options. Either the one who went to negotiate, he don't have power. He thought he can convince, but those who they are in Iran is the one who decide. And those who they are in Iran, which is the Revolutionary Guard, said no. And I told you before, if you watch my previous video, I said you are negotiating with who? The head of the parliament, who is he? Nobody. He's nobody. He used to be in the army before, I think in the Air Force. He used to be in the security, which means he killed a lot of people before. And now he is the head of the parliament. But for now, he's nobody. The one who controlled Iran, there's two names. One is the supreme leader, this is number one, and this guy is dead. Obviously, they don't have one. And the second one after is the head of the Revolutionary Guard. None of those is involved in the negotiation in Pakistan. So you are negotiating with the wrong ones. All right? And most likely, it was an act of movie to kill time, to buy time. Iran is not Venezuela. Iran is even weaker than Venezuela. You see, Venezuela, you might think that Trump, he was able to go inside the palace, etc., because Venezuela is weak. They are not weak. They bought all kind of defense. But because Iran is a massive country as a size, in the same time, Iran is not, the Tehran is not a city in the shore of the Gulf. It's deep in the land, and any adventure is going to be a real adventure, because simply you have to pass a lot of land before you go to Tehran. Tehran is not in the side of the Gulf where you can load your Marines and they jump into the city to do what you need to do. But Iran is way weaker than Venezuela, and the reason for that, the Iranian, they hate their regime way more than the Venezuelan. We saw that 45,000 get killed by the Iranian regime in 2 months. That's actually the fact that Trump, he moved fast, moved so slow. He should attack Iran when the protesters were in the street. He told them help is coming, and nothing happened. So now they don't trust him. If he said to them, go out, to go out. Because they might go out and then he stops second day, or he not even do anything. So if he went and he helped them during the time they were going in revolution, then they will take over cities, they will take over government, they will take over army. But they waited too much. So they killed 45,000 who they are willing to give their life for their country. And now the rest are scared. The one who is brave died. The one who's a coward is home. So he made a mistake by waiting so long. All right? And we know that if USA want to use their real heavy duty weapon, they can, and they can make the whole country wiped out. So what, Iran, not Venezuela? There's no such a thing. This is America, my friend. And imagine America and Israel together, not only America alone. In fact, today, the American destroyers, they were going around inside the Gulf, and the Iranian did not dare to attack them. Right? Today, they were there, you know. We will see what Trump will say. For me, I think he should go back to war. They are just wasting time. And now he said, I hope they will accept. I think your hope is false. As I said, if they accept, because that will be a total surrender. All right? It's surrender. It's a fact. If you give your uranium, if you promise not to support terrorists, Hezbollah, etc., well, that's it. This is the goal of the war. You know? From the beginning, Trump, he told you, if you don't give us your uranium, I will attack you. If you give your uranium, that means you surrender. This is total surrender. And if they do that, actually, this regime is in trouble, because if they agree to surrender, the regime will collapse. So I think that they hope that if they refuse, at least they can say, see, we are still strong. Because the second they surrender, all the people in Iran, they will see that the regime is gone. That's it. What happened to Allah and Allahu Akbar and no way, and America cannot take us? Here we go. You gave them everything. You took off your pant. So if they took off their pant, they are in trouble. If you don't take it, you're in trouble. Right? It doesn't matter what you do. And now, thank you, Anita. God bless you. And now, what they will say to their people, like now, if even if Trump is gone, you know, he will not continue the attack. What they will do when there's no job, there's no money, streets, manufacture destroyed, who is going to pay salary for those people who they are working in manufacturers, they are not exist? Those are government employees. They have to give them salary. And where the money will come from? Right? You have to find their money. Iran, they cannot find the mines. They drop in straight, okay? That is the reason for not opening it. Trump said, I mean, listen, my friend. Who in the world will believe that somebody who dropped the mine, he cannot because those people, they have a tracking device. The reason they put for them, in them, tracking device, so the Iranian themselves cannot hit with them. Correct? So when they say we cannot find it, it's a joke. It's a lie. Taqiyya. You have a track device from Apple. You can put it to your back if somebody stole it, correct? We are talking about bombs. Those bombs, nobody will throw them in the water without a tracking device. Because if you don't, they might hit the Iranian. Those bombs are blind. They are not smart blind, bombs. So you go in the sea, you don't see them, you hit them. So how the Iranian can avoid them? By having the device which can give a signal to their boats that we are here. So saying we cannot find it, that's a joke, right? Secondly, it's very easy actually to find those, especially with the technology we have. There's unarmed men, like unmanned boats. They have scanning devices. They can. I mean, a fishing boat can find them. Correct. A fishing boat have a device can show you the fish deep in 100 meters down. Little fish. Is that true? So if a fishing device from Garmin can find you a fish, a sardine, you can see it swimming actually with a device. They cannot find the bombs, which is in a shallow water, you know. Those are bombs. And they're big. It's not in the size of a duck. They are huge. So what do you mean they can't find them? It's just, yeah, a fish finder can show you the fish, can show you what is inside. How many? So what do you mean we cannot find them? Yeah, that is another joke of Hezbollah. They assume that everybody around them is stupid and they don't have a brain. So we can say whatever, and you would not find them. Don't worry, we can find them. Yeah, already we have our mine destroyers in the Gulf. They exist. They have them there because they knew the Iranian will use this method. And this is not the first time they use it, Yeah, a fish finder can find them, a fish finder can find them at the for $50. Abdul. And what make it funny, or more funny, that the negotiation is happening in Pakistan, which is a terrorist country. So the terrorist Sunni, they are inviting the American to negotiate with the terrorist Shia. That is something. Right? I mean, look who's talking. The government of Pakistan, there's a huge area of Pakistan, they can't even go there. They cannot go there. The police cannot go there. Yeah, what a joke. I hope, you see, we want peace. There's no question about that. But we don't peace is considered as a piece of shit. A peace which is going to be a big war later, a nuclear war. So it is very healthy now to continue what you started and make the regime this time should not stop until the regime collapse. Because guess what? You cannot take the uranium from them unless you make them collapse. Are you going to risk your soldiers to go down in the ground and there's tens of thousands of soldiers fighting them? You see, in the case of Maduro, the trip, it takes 15 minutes and we are done. Here they have to dig, they have to stay for days, if not for a month or maybe more. They have to bring machines, big machines to dig. We're talking about concrete, we're talking about deep in the ground. We're talking about we bury it. So it's not like when somebody says this is not like Venezuela. In Venezuela, we jump in the commanders, they jump in the presidential palace. They go to the room of Maduro, they grab him from his butt and they put him in that airplane. Here we have to dig the uranium, which is buried. Even the Iranians themselves now, they cannot reach to it. But they can because simply it's going to take time, but they are in the ground. So we cannot compare between this and that. Maduro is easy, as a person. Grab him, well done. All right? How you can topple the regime? Very easy. You see, any regime need money, correct? Any regime need money. You. If you have no money, what do you do? What do you do? If there's no jobs, there's no money, there's no salary, there's nobody supporting you, there's nobody helping you, what do? You start begging. Or you became a murderer, a thief, trying to get money in any way. So what the choice they have? So if he continue destroying all the ability they have to make money, which is refineries, so the Chinese cannot buy their oil. You see, the Chinese now, still they are getting their oil from Iran, even with the sanctions, even the Indian. So if you destroy the refineries, even if China is powerful and we don't want to go at war with them, but if there's no refinery, where is you cannot get the oil. If we take this island, if we do not need to control it, we do not need to occupy it. The island, which is 90% of their oil, have to go there in order to be sent out, because all the coast of Iran is shallow. There's only one island, it's Kharj. This is the only island, the water is deep. That's why they have all the storage of oil is there. Destroy it. So Iran, even if they have refinery, they cannot sell their oil. Even if a Chinese came to take it from where? So there is many ways to make them collapse. You take all the sources. Remember, this regime, when you have soldiers, if you don't pay them, the soldiers themselves will go against you. Look what happened to the Assad regime. Trump, he put sanctions. Israel attacked the Iranian in Syria. They kicked them out. Iran is short of money. They can't support the Assad. The Assad collapsed. When those terrorists, they attacked Damascus, the Assad army did not fight. No salary. He's not paying us salary. We don't have money. Why would I fight for someone he can't even afford to pay our salary? Soldiers are hungry. They have family. They have children. Everybody run home. Enough is enough. So the same regime soldiers will go against the regime when there is no money. You see, any country in the world, when citizens are not hungry, is different from when they are hungry. Like in America now, gas price went more expensive, but still nobody is hungry. Still, Americans are having a good life. They can afford it. $1 more, what a big deal. Doesn't affect them much. Even if food became more expensive, but still they can afford it. But if they cannot afford their gas and their food, then you will not find anybody home. They will find millions in the street. Because hunger is a different story. Hunger is a revolution by itself. So cut their money source. Don't allow them. Like now they close Hormuz. Hormuz is closed for everybody. Right? But that will be including them. But now because the Chinese, they can get in, and the Indian, they can get in, still Iran can sell oil. So they have supply of money. Trump, he need to destroy the ability to sell oil. See, we did not fight China. We just hit Iran. China, they send their tanks to fill up oil, but they cannot. Because the island, which is going to be where the oil should go, in order the Chinese tanks can carry the oil, this island is not exist no more. No storage, no tanks, no pipe, no port. Destroy the port. Nobody can land there. Very simple. What the Shanghai Corporation Organization had to say, they are big military and trading. Who care? You see, my friend, China is not willing to fight for anybody. And nobody will dare to go, the same as USA will not dare to go at war with China, even though China is way weaker than us. But we know such a war is extremely costly for both countries. So the same as we don't dare to go war with China, even if we will win, the Chinese will not dare to go to war with us. That's why you see everybody is watching. Chinese, they can buy oil for their benefit, get it very good price from the Iranian, but they will never go and defend the Iranian. That's why they are watching. Where is Putin? And Putin hardly he can defend himself. right? So how big their military, it's not about size. Who care about the size? China have other problem too. The Chinese economy is very slow, a lot of unemployment. They have a problem with Taiwan. They have a problem with Philippines. They have a problem with Japan. They have many enemies too. So they start play their tail. There's many enemies around them. America can use them. Like why USA is supporting Taiwan, you think? Why USA is supporting Philippines against China? Why USA is supporting Japan against who? Against China. Who is the Japanese afraid of who? From Iran? No, China. So already they are surrounded by huge, massive, powerful enemies. Too many enemies, not too many friends. In the same time, actually, Trump in this war, he made those Arab. You see, in the last, during the time of Joe Biden, the Arab they start inviting the Chinese and the Russian into the Gulf, hoping to do partnership with them so they can have security. When they notice that now we have the Democrat like Obama before, and then Joe Biden, who don't care really about the Gulf much. So those people, their security became at risk. So what the solution? China. They are looking for different boss. They need a boss. They cannot, because Iran can eat them alive. So they start making an agreement with the Chinese, all of them, Emirat, Bahrain, Qatar, Kuwait. And they sign agreement with other countries, like not only America, like France. Like an example, France, they have a bases in the Gulf, like American, England. But this war proved that neither France, neither England, neither China, neither Russia can protect those Arab. The only one they can trust in such a case is the American and the Israeli. Did China, told the Iranian don't attack Saudi Arabia? They are our friends. We promised them to give them protection? No. They took a side. They will not go for war for anybody. So those people, they start inviting their enemies. Those are enemies. Those are communists. Those are the ones who put Muslims in jail in China. But because they are desperate for protection, they need a protector. If it's not America, it have to be someone else. They are no match for Iran. But this war proved that neither China, neither Russia, neither any country they have relationship with is the one who can stand to protect them except America or Israel. Because nobody can stand against, for sure the Chinese can stand against Iran, but they will not destroy like a treasure where they can get very cheap oil. The sanctions against Iran, actually, it's a benefit for China because they can get the same as with Russia too. They get a very cheap oil. It's like a golden opportunity to have sanctions. Because if they don't have sanctions, then they will sell their oil at normal price, including to the Chinese. But now because they have sanctions and nobody dare to go to their land except those, they give them the oil in very, very cheap price. Like the price of dirt. So all the hope of those Gulf countries disappear in this war. They understand very well now that all what we did, bringing the Chinese, shaking hands with them, signing economic agreement, all the warm welcoming, it was a joke. Useless. There's only one country can protect them. That is America or Israel. And then later you will see that many countries, they will start signing peace agreement with Israel. You want to bet? Just wait, you will see, including Lebanon. You see, the Emirati, United Arab Emirates, they are smart. The leader of this country is really smart. He can see the future, that Israel is a superpower. Why I want to go and join the stupid those Abdul? They want to have jihad against Israel. First, they cannot destroy it, and they can destroy us. We cannot go in war against them. They can go a war. So why I don't shake hands with them and get the protection from them? All this fantasy about taking back Jerusalem, which is not yours anyway, is a fantasy. So he's smarter. He said, you know what? I'm not going to do this stupid thing. If I want my country to exist, I need to have people who they can join me, protecting me. And who are they? If I am an enemy to Israel, who's my friend? Who is in the area can protect us? So when he signed an agreement with the Israeli, the whole Muslims, they got so upset. Now we will find that the Syrian regime, who they are Al-Qaeda, they want to go and have they want to have a relationship with Israel. See how things change? They notice that the regime of Assad is gone because of Israel. If we don't have a relationship with them, they will make us go the same as they made the Assad go. So what we should do? We make a relationship with them. Look at this big smile. Look how, this is love. All the Arab, they get so, and the Muslims, Allahu Akbar, brother, those are Emirati are kuffar. Emirat is the smartest country between all those Gulf countries. And they help themselves when they sign an agreement with Israel. And now this war expose who is really can help them and who don't. Saudi Arabia, they signed agreement of defense with Pakistan. Did the Pakistan side with them? No. Only by speeches. Pakistan, they have border with Iran. They can shoot at them too. They did not do anything. So what the peace? So they signed agreement, defense agreement with Pakistan for nothing. And now the war is over, they send them soldiers. What soldiers for? What soldier would do? Pakistan sent 2 airplanes to Saudi Arabia. Are you short of airplanes? First of all, the airplanes of Pakistan, they are very bad, made in China, and they did not even work against India. Saudi Arabia have advanced airplane bought from USA. But even though they have all the airplanes, they cannot fight Iran. They are no match. Right? Israel is the future for all those Arabs. You will see all of them, country after country, kissing the ass of Israel. The one who says we will never sign agreement, you will see them kissing the ass of Israel to sign agreement. And imagine if Iran itself, regime collapse, and then the king, the Shah, the son of the king, became a king. The first thing they will do, they will partner with Israel. And then all the Islamic world will collapse. Iran itself became a friend to Israel. I will not be surprised, actually, if the regime of Iran collapse, if the Iranian and the Israelis sign a defense agreement. And I will not be surprised if Iran, the new Iran, give Israel army bases, intelligence bases, spying bases. This is all will happen if Iranian regime collapse. Because the Iranian regime knew that the key of a changing the situation, the miserable situation they have right now, is to have good relationship with good countries, successful countries, powerful countries. They have too many enemies around. When this country is destroyed, the army destroyed, they are at risk again. The minority, they will start taking over. The Persian in Iran is about 40%. So the minority are minority if we count in one, like each group, but they are majority if they go all against the Persian. Kurdish, Arab, Azerbaijani, all kind of ethnic groups. So Iran, if the regime collapses, right away you will see the new regime, they will sign agreement with Israel. And they will ask the Israeli to come and support them so they can keep Iran together. Let us say that the Iranian, they will find that Israeli and America is the glue to glue Iran together. So to prevent Iran from collapsing as a country, from become countries, to keep it united. Because those minority, in order to do what they can do to make the country collapse, they need powerful supporters. And who is the one support them? Israel, America. So if the Iranian new regime became a friend to America and a friend to Israel, then none of those people, they will be supported by any way, any mean. Therefore, they will be disabled. They cannot, if nobody armed them, nobody give them the green light, nobody protect their sky, they cannot divide Iran. And now if the war continue and the Iranian regime refuse, all those minority, they will keep quiet until one day they find out that the regime is so weak. When you are weak, if you have a, let us say, I want to use something that's not maybe nice to use, but just to give you an example. So imagine you are a giant. You're a giant. And somebody hit you in your balls. A kid. He threw a rock at your balls. The giant now is in the ground. All his power is gone. He is in disability now, at least for the coming 10 minutes. So the kid now, he can kick you. He can jump on you. He can kill you. Even though he's a kid. Because you are not giant no more. You are in a weak time. So Iran is a giant as a country compared to others. 100 million population. But there's a lot of problems inside the country. The regime is controlling the country by forces, by terrorism, by killing, by torturing, by raping. But then when the regime collapses, imagine how much hatred those people they have for this regime. All the anger they have for the last 50, 60 years is going to come in a massive way. So the regime now can claim that they can fight American, but for how long? They will be like a tree which the worm ate it from outside. The outside look fine. However, you can tell the outside is gone too. And if a Trump, he do what he promised to do to destroy their electric grid, then they will collapse. No refinery, no electricity, no money, no import, no export. Then all of this means no salary for soldiers. Then soldiers themselves, they will make a coup against the government. Very simple. How Maduro was able to stay in his place? His people are poor. No jobs, no etc. He give them both, okay, go to America. So he import his problem to abroad. But that will not work with Iran. Who's going to take the Iranian? 100 million. Where they will go? Maduro, he give, big salary for his soldiers. Big salary, huge. People are poor. So the all he have is just to sponsor himself. So you have armed forces giving them big money, health insurance, doctors, housing, everything, but people, they are dying. And then in order to support himself from the backyard, he sent oil for free to Cuba. But his people, they are dying hungry. Well, Nobody can buy our oil anyway, so let us send it to Cuba. The oil we sell is little. We cannot fix the refinery. They confiscate the American refineries, but they cannot maintenance those refineries. Trump, he keep it changing his mind. Well, you know, sometimes changing your mind can be healthy because a stupid and arrogant is bad. You know? Like some people don't change their mind. They want to do it. Okay, I want to do it. Even you advise them, no, don't do that. It's not good. So changing his mind is not a problem if he is doing it for the right reason. Nothing wrong with, you know, you are a leader of a country. You are not playing football. And this is war. Involve the life of a lot of people. So if you notice for a second that going in a certain course is not going to be for your benefit, then you should change your mind. All right? However, changing your mind just because you want to change your mind, that's bad. But if you have a good reason, that's good. So we will see. We will see. And you know, remember, for us, we knew only what we see in the news. We don't know what is behind the news. So if a Trump, he'd change his mind about something, it might be for very smart reason. Right? Sometimes we judge. We say, you go and attack them. Maybe there's something we do not know. Not maybe, for sure they would not. I mean, what information we have? Little. Like what? We saw this video for 5 minutes. Now we became knowledgeable of what's happening? No. They are the one who knows all the secrets. How much they destroy in Iran, how much powerful they have, how much missiles they still have, etc. We do judge by the little we know. And if we agree that the little we know is little, then we are being smart. That our judgment can be wrong. Right? Anyway, I better go. My throat is hurting me. So I want to say thank you. I just want to go and share live update about this news. Let us see what Trump will do. Supposedly they still will have an answer. They did not. They are waiting for a final answer. But obviously it's failed. Maybe Trump, he will make another tweet, scare the hell of them, and make them agree. We will see. We will see. Thank you all for being here. May the Lord bless you. God is good. So is Jesus. We are the crusade.